everyone. Welcome to another round of Canje Plays. And today we are going to be getting into the creepy, the spooky, the crazy, the Lovecraftian Arkham Horror, and this is third edition. So, I've been. Hey, Kate, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Pull up a chair. So, I've been drawn into the Lovecraftian mythos. I played Arkham Horror briefly early on, the card game, and then kind of like, okay, I'm gonna shelf that. Then um, one of my friends, Cody, has Eldritch Horror, and I played that, and I enjoyed that a lot. And then I watched Lovecraft Country, and then I came back to Arkham Horror, the card game, and now I watched. I actually started looking at Arkham Horror Third Edition to just see like a bigger scope of what this game looks like, and I like it. It's a lot of fun. It is different, but different good. It's Arkham Horror the card game has very intricate stories broken out, and you walk through different phases, and every single one's different, and it's so much fun. Eldritch Horror is kind of like a world-spanning Arkham Horror to where, hey Steven, how's it going? To where you are globe trotting to stop the great old ones from coming back. This one kind of combines those two and brings it into Arkham itself. Mansions of Madness is, from what I've seen, from what I've played so far, you're in a house and you're moving through the house in the Arkham mythos, but this one takes you to the streets of Arkham, and you are trying to solve things in Arkham proper, and trying to solve that. And so I gave it a shot, and I found that I really enjoyed it. It's hard, but fun hard, not crushing your soul, sadness, kingdom death monster hard. Dale Casual Gamer just put out a video on Elder Sign. I want to break out the game, play it again. Oh, I never played Elder Sign. I have Elder Sign. It's actually on my shelf of shame. It's still wrapped in plastic. I've never played it, so I'd like to. I'll probably give that one a shot. But this one is a lot of fun. This one definitely is a lot of fun. Let's see. What's different from this than Arkham Horror the card game? Different than this, you're not in a house, or you. It's not. It's card based, but you have a board that you play on. Um, they took a lot of things from Arkham Horror the card game and put them into third edition. There is a story. This is the story deck for the base game. And so as you unlock, it's called the Codex. And as you unlock, it'll say, hey, add card X, like card 3 or card 7 to the Codex, which expands more on the story. And so that is the story of it. And they kind of took some cues from Arkham Horror the card game in terms of that to build up a story. From Eldritch Horror, they took like allies, spells, items, specialty items, and a shop. They've added that into the game so you can actually go to a shop and buy some items or acquire some items based on what's on there. All the investigators are here. So there is I've chosen two. So this is not a true solo. You have to play two-handed if you're gonna play solo. There I think that is the biggest cue that they took from Arkham Horror the card game, is just kind of the clue gathering is there. Doom is there. Doom gets placed on the agenda or the codex. And they have a thing for it that's called they have the dice bag of death is here. So, and they have a thing called a reckoning. So instead of pulling a crit fail like you would in Arkham Horror the card game, you pull the reckoning. And instead of saying, oh, you failed that turn, it does more horrible things to you. So the reckoning token is this one right here. If you can see, that's it. And it is awful. It is awful. But the game's fun. I know after getting this game and seeing all the investigators, because I got everything. I've got the base game, I've got Dead of Night, and I've got Under Dark Water, I think is what it's called. So I've got all the investigators that they've released so far, and they're releasing another expansion coming out soon. I even got the playmat because Rob and Mel made me buy it, so that will be at the new table. But yeah, I think that's from seeing the different investigators that they have in here. I know that the card game has a long way to go before they stop making money, or they stop saying we're done, because there's so much. There's a lot of investigators in here that I've never seen before, so it's pretty cool. Okay, I think I've hit that as a starter. Let's go ahead and get some information, and then we can get down to the table. Alright, so, Arkham Horror the card game. Sorry, Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. That's where my head is at right now. Arkham Horror 3rd Edition is 7.8 on Board Game Geek, about a 3.27 complexity out of 5. That's fair, but Fantasy Flight Games did something right, and we'll talk about that in a second. It's about 120 minutes to 180 minutes. Yeah. 1 to 6 players. That's right, you read that right. You can play this game 6 player. But best sweet spot is 3, and that makes sense because each character taking their actions at 6 players, it could drag. My conversion of UNLCG is complete. I hear you saying that as Palpatine, Kate. I hear you saying that as Palpatine. But yeah, the 3 is the sweet spot because it'll give enough time, and you need all the help you can get because things are moving. The game does not slow for you whatsoever. So the game progresses whether you decide to do something or not. Let's see, designed by Nikki Valens and some others, and published by Fantasy Flight Games. Like it says, the community says 1 to 4, but best play 3. But you can play up to 6 player. They do have everything that you need to play up to 6 player. All right. Let me before I head down to the table. Let me tell you how they did this right. Fantasy Flight Games did this right because they printed this book, the rules reference. And you're like, well, they usually print these books and whatnot. No. The rules reference breaks down every keyword and tells you every page that it's on any book that you grab. See rule number 413 or the codex or anything like that. So if I want to know something about headlines, or if I want to know something about monsters or moves or outbreaks or things like that, even for future games, all that stuff is in here. They did it right. They did a good thing, and they gave you an index with it. So you have an index to search things to tell which page it's on, and it tells you how to use this document. This book has been a lifesaver for me in terms of trying to figure out how to do these things. Dark Side has cookies. But this book is perfect. This is the thing that I think a lot of people have been calling for. And they give you this book. This is all in the base game, right? They give you this book, which is the Learn to Play book. Pretty thin. It's not a lot to it. It's probably like what do we got? 15 pages. What it does is pretty cool. It says these are the components that you have, right? It says, and I'll read the Welcome to Arkham before I get into this whole thing because it gives you an opening, and then it tells you how to set up your first scenario and play it. Like it's set how to win the game, what you can do, what everything means. Everything is laid out in really great detail in this book. I think that they've done a fantastic job with these 2 books because I never had a question of, I wonder if I could do that, or I don't know, it's not written in any of the materials, so I just have to grim rule it. So I don't have to do that because everything is pretty well spelled out in here for you, which is great. Okay, enough of me gabbing. Let's get down to the table. Alright, so I have 2 references on here. So I'll put these to the side because I'm going to reference them many a time. But you get this lovely card that goes in that tells you, and I'll hold this up to the camera and zoom into it so you can see in a bit. But this is just kind of like an action card to tell you what you can and can't do. Alright. This is the board, and we're going into the first one, which is called Approach of Azathoth. This comes with the base game. I'm doing everything base game except one investigator, Stella Clark. Okay? Because Stella because the sisters are going to run this board today. So Stella is the only character in this game that is not with the base game, but everything else you're about to see comes with the base game. Okay? Alright, so let me read an intro. We'll read our characters, we'll set up the board, and then we'll get into it. Alrighty. So, welcome to Arkham. The year is 1926, and it is the height of the Roaring Twenties. Flappers dance till dawn and smoke fills speakeasies, drinking alcohol supplied by rum runners in the mob. It's a celebration to end all celebrations in the aftermath of the war to end all wars. Yet a dark shadow grows in the city of Arkham. Alien entities known as Ancient Ones lurk in the emptiness between space and time, writhing at the thresholds between worlds. Occult rituals must be stopped and alien creatures destroyed before the Ancient Ones make our world their ruined dominion. Only a handful of investigators stand against the Arkham Horror. Will they prevail? So that is the intro to the game, right? And then there's an intro to the scenario and all that good stuff. So we grab our first scenario, and I'll hold it up for you to see. It's called The Approach of Azathoth. 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 Goodness, I'm sounding like Rob now. At the center of infinity slumbers Azathoth, loved to sleep by the ceaseless piping of accursed flutes. Yet some mortals would seek to draw the infinite power and calamity of the blind idiot god to them, and therefore doom all of humanity. Yes, the blind idiot god. I don't know why they call him that, because I don't know Lovecraft's mythos. So you get that story. It tells you your starting space. It tells you what happens when the Reckoning token is drawn from the Chaos bag. But when you flip it over, it tells you how to set up the game. It says, this is how you set up the neighborhoods, which is what I have here. North Side, Downtown, East Town, Rivertown, and the Merchant District. So it tells you how to set it up. It tells you these areas that go between called the streets, because they have their deck too. It tells you what type of streets to set up. And then it tells you where the initial starting is. You spawn Doom tokens on the areas, which are these things. These are Doom tokens. And they operate in this game just like they do in the card game. So one here, one here, one here. Then we have to set up the monster deck. So this deck that's over here, and Fantasy Flight Games hates old people only because they put them on these tiny cards, and I'm old and I have to wear my glasses to see them. But let's talk about these monsters. So this one is the Ravenous Predator. It says that their name, that they're a monster, the type of monster they are, where they spawn, and how they work. Hunter. Looks familiar, right? From Arkham Horror, the card game. Move directly to and engage the lowest willpower person, investigator. So this thing like flies and gets you there. It's pretty bad. Move directly. So this is their active side. So whenever they're active. But if I evade them, like you do in Arkham Horror, they flip to their inactive side or exhausted side, which is this. But it also gives you information on there. Once again, you get their name, type, name, monster, type. This thing is a remnant, so if I kill him, I get a remnant token, and we'll talk about that. That's the creature's health. If I choose to fight it, I lose 1 die. If I choose to evade it, I roll 1 less die. And then there's some flavor text that's here. All the evil in the universe was concentrated to what? In their lean, hungry bodies. This is how much damage they will do to you when they hit you. 1 and 1. So they'll do 1 sanity damage and 1 health damage. Okay, so those are the monster cards. So what we're going to do to start is we're going to find 2 robe figures, as it says on this sheet here. And then we're going to shuffle the rest. So we shuffle them up. Shenanigan shuffle. When these things summon, there's some in there that are insanely powerful, and some in there that, they're alright. So we'll shuffle for some shenanigans. And what's cool is with this game, if you sit here and you're like, oh well, you know what's coming next because they're double-sided. You don't pull from the top, you actually pull from the bottom. So whoever's on the bottom is coming out first. So I shuffle those, put that on there. So I built out the enemy deck that's there. Then I built out the chaos bag, which is what I have these tokens here that you can see. The chaos bag is going to take, and I need names so I make sure I don't mess anything up. It's going to take 3 spread doom tokens, which look like these. They're a little blurry. There you go. So those go in the bag. 1, 2, 3. It's going to take 2 spawn monster tokens, which look like these. Put those in the bag. It's going to take 2 read headline tokens, which look like newspapers. 2. It's going to take 2 clue ones. This is how we spawn clues on the board. So put those in the bag. The gate burst token, bad. This basically spawns doom everywhere. And I'll talk more about the gate burst token in a second. 1 in there, the reckoning token in there, and then 3 blanks in our chaos bag. And oh my gosh, we take it and then we throw it. So we shake those up and throw it over here. Okay, so it does that. Then what we do is we find the headline deck, which is this. We shuffle it up. These are kind of things that are happening in the city proper, not like monster spawning or this is basically a reporter who's seeing what's going on and they're documenting, oh my gosh, Arkham is going to crap. And so they say, they print headlines on it, and that's what, when you pull from this deck. So what you do is you shuffle this. I'm bending cards, and I bent up the cards. There we go. Okay. Up. And shuffle them one more time, and then you draw 13. You draw 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the rest are replayable, and it's a pretty good size, right? So the rest goes back to the box, and these 13 go as your headline deck. So if you run out of these cards, Doom starts getting placed on the agenda all the time when you can't draw one of these cards. Then we have our anomaly card. Right? There are 3 sets of these because they're 3 stories. But basically what happens is when Doom acquires on these spaces, if you have 5 total or 3 in 1, right? So these are split up into 3 neighborhoods, as you can see these lines here. So if I have 3 here, or 3 in 1 area like Independence Square, or I have 2 here, 1 here, and 2 here, so a total of 5 for the entire area, an anomaly portal bursts open and bad things start happening. So my job is to keep those from happening. This is what happens on my turn when when I'm in a space that has an anomaly. And we'll go more into that, and usually these are pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. So I'm going to shuffle this up. Cool. Boom. Okay. Neighborhood. So we've got the phases of the game go like this. We have, oh, sorry, let me spawn these where they're supposed to go. You are going to go here, and you are going to go black. Okay. So, how the game turn goes is that it's investigator turn, enemy turn, mythos turn. Okay, kind of familiar, right? It's basically how that runs. Let me make sure I do it. It's enemy turn, monster turn, encounter turn, then mythos turn. Sorry, 4. They're 4. So my turn, I can only do 2 actions, not 3, 2. Okay, and on top of that, I cannot do the same action twice. So I can't move twice. I can't attack twice. I can move and then attack. or I can attack and then move, or I can trade and move, or whatever it is, but I can't do the same action twice on my turn. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it makes sense, right? So basically, if I'm engaged with a monster and I attack and I don't kill it, I can't attack it again. I can evade it, but I can't attack it again. So that's usually how they try to play against it. After that, it's the monster turn. Any readied monster, which means monster who's on their dark side and not their exhausted side, will do whatever they're doing here at the bottom, and then if they're engaged with you, they'll attack you and you'll take damage, just like Arkham Horror, the card game. After that, and if they are exhausted at the end of the monster phase, they would ready because they wouldn't do anything if they're exhausted. The encounter phase, that's where the neighborhoods come in. So notice this: Northshire, Downtown, Easttown, Merchant District, and Rivertown. That they coordinate with these here as well as the streets, which is the in-between areas. So what I would do is wherever my investigator is, I would pull that card and I would read for the name of the area they're in. So some of these are familiar, right? For people who've played Arkham Horror the card game. La Bella Luna, that's here. Arkham Advisor, Curiosity Shop, the train station, the River Docks, Unvisited Isle, the TikTok Club, the Graveyard, people have seen that, the General Store, the Black Cave, Police Station, Hibbs Roadhouse, Velma's Diner, and then Arkham Asylum in the Independence Square. And no, not the Batman Arkham Asylum, even though the picture looks just like Arkham Asylum. So, but that's how, so I would draw one from wherever my investigator is, look for the area that they're in, and then read that as the story unfolds, and then I'll have to do some tests. Okay. Inside, all clues. How do we get clues? How do you solve this whole thing? Well, you solve the whole thing by getting clues and placing clues on the act. Arkham Horror card game. So, clues sit in the middle, and you actually have to find the card in the encounter phase to procure the clue. I just can't say, hey, there's a clue over here. I'm gonna go over here, test lore, and get the clue. No. You can move into the area, wait for the encounter phase, and then hope that you draw the card from there. This deck that's over here contains everything I need to place clues, place doom. Game explanation time. Yes, yes. Hey, Brian. To place clues, place doom, place all that other stuff is in this deck, which is the encounter deck. So that goes that way. Okay. Oh, and I need to shuffle that. I do need to shuffle that. I need to shuffle all these, need to shuffle that. So we've gone through the encounter phase. So after I've done that, it then goes to the mythos phase. In the mythos phase, I have to draw 2 tokens from this bag per investigator. 2. So, so I'll be drawing 4 tokens per game turn. 2 for Stella, 2 for Daniela. So, yeah, that's terrible. That's just terrible. And that's how I lost the game last time, because Doom tokens hate me. So those will have effects that happen, and we will continue on, and our job is to, 1, figure out what's going on, because I just read in the introduction, but you're like, well, what are you supposed to do in this scenario? Stop Azathoth from emerging. Okay, how? You don't know. The Codex will tell us when the time comes. Okay? Alright. Got a lot of shuffling to do, so let's start with doing that. So we'll shuffle up the streets. There are conditions that apply. Oh, while I'm doing that, I know you've noticed some dice here. Some dice. Yes, we're back to dice rolling in Arkham Horror. And these dice are, you'll see, these are the cursed dice. I didn't name them that, but I'll probably be rolling them a lot. But those are the cursed dice. In Arkham Horror, when you roll a die, these are the regular dice. In Arkham Horror, when you roll a die, hold it up so you can see. A 6, and it's notated by the Elder sign on it, and a 5, when you see those signs, that means it's a success. Everything else is a miss. So 5s and 6s are successes. When you are cursed, only 6s are successes. Only 6s. If you go to 5, you see it's a miss. But the other side is blessed. When you're blessed, a 6, a 5, and a 4 are successes. Okay, so you can be cursed or blessed. You know which way it's going to go for me. But you can be blessed in the game. And so these did not come with the game. These are dice that I bought after, but they're sold by Fantasy Flight Games. So these are the regular dice, the cursed dice, and the blessed dice. So you can see the difference whenever I'm rolling. Okay, so I'm not like, oh, I'm cursed, I rolled a 5, but it has an elder sign on it, so I must have passed. This will explicitly tell me I failed. Okay. Let's see, what else is there to run through with you before we get into the fun? The blessed and cursed cards are over here. They're all the same. There's no, oh, you're blessed with this. They're all the exact same, and they're two-sided. One says blessed, one says cursed. What you see over here, this one, and I'll hold that up in a second, is the Dark Pact. So some investigators start off with a Dark Pact that gives them some ability. Well, the Dark Pact has a downside. If you draw the Reckoning, you deal with the Dark Pact. And it usually means a die roll, and if you roll a 1, you fail, and the Reckoning happens, which could probably kill you. So it's awful. Just awful. Alright, so I'm getting through it all. Let's see, I've talked about Doom, cards, monsters. I haven't talked about the Codex because it's the story of the game, so I'm not gonna ruin it, and we'll get into that as we go. So it'll tell us what we need to do. These cards over here that you see here, there are allies, spells, items, and then specialty. Specialty are things that you find in these cards here, where it will be like, you become this, and then you just look through that deck, which is alphabetized, and you get that specific thing, and it's now what you can do. Is there a limit to cards that you can have? Items, like, unlike Arkham Horror, the card game, there is none. You can have as many spells as you want. Hey, Hexy, how's it going? And not enough dice. Yeah, I love this scenario, although the first is probably the hardest in the core game. It is? Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. Bring it on. Alright, I shuffled all of those. I really need to give a good shuffle to. So, I need to shuffle the allies, the spells, the items, and I'm going to make the market, which is 5 cards. As you can see, I made sure they were all in order, so I got to really shuffle these up. Something on them. Yes, you are correct, but it doesn't matter how much you have, and that's what I'm saying. Why do they do that? It doesn't matter. You can collect as many items as you want. If the collection thing has like, if you can have 10 hand cards, but you can only use one of them. So it's like if you have one that's like the 45 automatic, right? But you also have a shotgun that's two-handed. You can't use both. You got to pick one. So you actually can hold as many cards, items as you want, but you can only use one during your turn. You declare which one you're going to use, and that's what you're stuck with. But you can switch it up next and go from there. Yep, you can have as many allies as you want as well. It doesn't matter. You can have as many spells as you want. It doesn't matter. Now the cool but not cool thing about this game is spells have kickback. And the kickback is you'll suffer a horror or a damage or something from using a spell for each turn. But if you have remnants, remember I showed you if you kill a creature, you get like a remnant from it. If you have remnants, you can actually use the remnant to negate the horror. And that's the purpose of the remnant. So Those work out great. Alrighty. Okay. Cool. Allies are awesome. Okay? You want allies. And what's really cool this game tells you where you can get stuff. Like for here, the train station, you can get these cards here, these neighborhood cards that you pull will be will do tests to get ally either tests of either test of influence or willpower, and you could get an item or an ally. So these ones tell you if you want those types of things for these cards, this is where you go. So it tries to help you out a little bit. But allies are amazing. I had an ally last time. Let me see if I can find her. Yeah, here she is. Alice Luxley, ally, police detective. Once per round while resolving a test, you may roll one additional die for each clue you have and one additional die for each clue in your neighborhood. I had her for one of the playthroughs that I did, and it was fantastic. Chances of winning? Which one, Dan? Though, which one? My chances of winning, or like an average player? My chances of winning are slim. The average player, pretty middle of the road. Yeah, you play solo by running two-handed. Yes, yes. Yeah, losing Arkham Horror is just like breathing. It's just one of those things. I haven't seen all these allies because I haven't played a lot of the. I've played this one scenario 3 times and lost 3 times. But a lot of the familiar faces that you've seen on Arkham Horror, the card game, are in here for the investigators. Like almost all of them. All right, pull you back down. And this is the last one to shuffle. Then we can dance. Yes, Hexy. I have both the expansions. I have Dead of Night and Under Dark Waters. I have both of them, but I'm only playing with the base game this time. And then the next time I'm going to add Dead of Night, and then the next time I'll do Under Dark Water. So I'm going to play them all. Yes, and Zend is a great job. Didn't see where the question was asked aloud. But Aeon Zend is a fantastic. Alright. So we shuffle these up, and let me give them a better shuffle. These are stupidly expensive at higher levels. Shuffle these up. Okay, cool. Then we build the shop. So we put out the top 5, and that's the shop. The first one, hey, I always pull this one. So this is the card. So shotgun. This is how much it costs to buy the shotgun. $6. Yes, there's money in this game. It's two-handed. Name, item, and type of item, common weapon. I get a +5 strength as part of an attack action. Each 6 you roll as part of an action counts as 2 successes instead of 1 with the shotgun. So that's the first one. Next one is the Mystic Tome. It costs $4 in the shop. It's one-handed. Mystic Tome, it's an item. It's a curio tome. Curio is a key word in here because they'll say like get a curio item for free, which happens a lot. So I'd have to look for that. You get a +3 lore while casting a spell. Cool. Next up, Lucky Cigarette Case. Hey, we've seen this before, haven't we? So that is $5. Lucky Cigarette Case. Hey, Dale, how's it going? Lucky Cigarette Case item, common curio. Once per round, you may add 1 to the result of 1 die roll while resolving a test. Yep. Magnifying glass cost $1. one-handed, you get +1 to observation as part of a research action. Research actions are what you do to get the clues on the act. I'm using Arkham Horror card game terminology, but that's what you have to do. So you have to test to even make it work. Painkillers cost $1. Item common, ignore the pain. The pain isn't what's going to kill you. And this one is just, it can take 2 damage that you can have on it, but that's an item that's on. So that is the deck. That is the shop. Those 5 items, and they go right here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Well, there we go. All right. I shuffle it all up. I need to do one more setup thing that this cool book tells you to do. Right at the end, it just says clean up. The first, where are you? Where are you? Dang blaster. Here it is, finishing it up. What I need to do is I need to get my characters, spawn starting clues. So draw the top 3 cards of the event deck, one at a time. So I take this one, which is Northshire. But I can draw a card. You can see it is Northshire, right? Northshire is over here. So I take 1 clue and I add it to the center. Then I take the top 2 cards, shuffle them up. All right. An eye test. So you shuffle those up and then you put them on top of there. So that's how you find clues. So 1 goes there. Next one, downtown, which looks like that. Okay, so I take a clue, put it on downtown. This is where I hovered last game. I hovered between Northshire, downtown, and Merchant District, my last game that I did. That goes up there. And then the final one, hey, look, it's Merchant District. Shocker. So, Merchant District. So I grab a clue, put it on Merchant District, grab the top 2. I don't know why they tell you to shuffle them up, because when you're shuffling 3 cards, I mean, I'm going to look at you and shuffle these, but if you know where to put, I don't know why they tell you to shuffle. It doesn't make sense, but whatever. So after you do that, then you place the starting doom. So place 1 doom token on each space indicated on the back of the scenario, which I did. You spread doom once. So this is where you draw the bottom card of the event deck. So I draw downtown. I flip it over, and then what you do is you look for a place with this symbol. That's how doom spreads. So I'm putting 1 on La Bella Luna. So I put 1 on La Bella Luna. And then I take this card and I put it under there, right? So in the discard pile. And then final scenario setup, and we're ready to dance. Oh, not yet. I have to introduce you to our investigator. We all start at train station, so I'll put Stella and Daniela here. So this is Daniela. This is her. All right, she is the mechanic. So I kind of went a little Lovecraft country, you know, because the mom was a mechanic as well, and so was her husband, but just kind of keeping the sisters in there. So she has 7 health, 5 sanity, 3 lore, 3 influence, 1 observation, 3 strength, and 3 will. So she's pretty middle of the road, which is good, but she's got this ability, and let me see if I can zoom in. Love for the job. After you perform a gather resource action, you may focus one of your skills. And see, she has this focus limit. Focus basically lets you add dice to your roll. So when you see here where it says that she is, it says that she is 3 lore. It's not that she has to test 3 and pull from the bag. She rolls 3 dice. When I focus this and I get a +1, I roll 4 dice. And I can focus up to 3. And it's not that if I use that focus, it's gone. The only time it's gone is when I spend it to re-roll a die. And we'll talk about that when we get into it. So let's talk about her story. Yes, Lovecraft Country is a fantastic show, and they're making a season 2. Yay. So The story so far for Daniela. When she looked over her life, Daniela had to admit that it hadn't been bad. A boisterous family she loved, plenty of work to do, and enough money to indulge her love of motorcycle and pretty girls, even after putting food on the table. Not that she didn't have her share of aggravations. Her Santeria practicing mother, for one, always warning Daniela to be careful, that a darkness lay ahead of her if she did not beware. Her brother Ramon, for another, always getting himself in trouble. However, Ramon is in trouble again. The wand against evil Daniela sets to appease. Now Ramon is in trouble again. The ward against evil Daniela set to appease her mother is shattering, and it's up to Daniela to fix everything, just like always. So Daniela's primary role is a rogue. You have a unique skill set that allows you to specialize on a specific task. Daniela's a master of efficiency. By getting the most out of each action, you more easily reach your goals. She's also a survivor, so she's great. Her starting things is that she gets these cards. She gets Gabrielle as her starting card, and I'll show you what Gabrielle is in a second. She gets $3 to start to her name. She starts off with $3, and then she has to choose between Ace of Swords and Wrench. I'm going to choose Wrench, but I'm going to show you Ace of Swords just in case, and I'll show you her other card. So, Wrench, you get to choose between one of these two. Wrench says it's an item common one-handed. You get +1 strength as part of an attack action. You get +3 instead if you have a free hand. So if I never take another hand item or declare that I'm using it for the turn, then I get +3 on my fight. Or she can use Ace of Swords. When you spend the focus to re-roll a die, you may recover 1 sanity. I'm taking Wrench because fighting is great, so basically that means that she will roll 6 die to fight. Thank you. And Gabrielle is her motorcycle. So it's a vehicle. Instead of normal movement where you can move 2 spaces, you may move up to 3 spaces and may spend $1 to move 1 additional space. So I'll talk about movement in a second, so if that confuses you, don't worry about it. But that will start, I'm going to start off with that, and then this goes bye-bye. Okay, so she has her start money, she's got Gabrielle, and she's got her wrench. And this is her turn token, so whenever she's done, usually they tell you to start it on this side and flip it over, but you know why I put it here. So I'm going to be on this side, and when I'm done, I'm going to flip this over. So that's that. Okay. Then we go to Stella. Stella! The story so far. Before she began working for the Postal Service in Arkham, Stella knew 2 things with certainty. First, her parents made a mistake when they called her their son and gave her a boy's name. Second, the house on the cliff in Kingsport whispered her true name, the name she chose for herself, late at night, Stella. Delivering the mail 6 days a week in all kinds of weather wasn't an easy job, but Stella loved knowing that she was helping people connect with one another. Then she started finding the letters. At the end of her route, there was always 1 extra envelope in her bag. It was always addressed to her. It was always postmarked for Kingsport, and it always contained a letter with 1 clearly typed word, Stella. So, primary role. As a survivor, your advantages lie within surviving the relentless assault of the mythos and helping your fellows do the same. Supporting one another will lead you to victory. So, her starting equipment, well, let me show you her card first and the awesome artwork that's on here. So this is her card, and she has the complete opposite of Daniela. She has 5 health and 7 sanity, where Daniela has 7 health and 5 sanity. 3 lore, 2 influence, 3 observation, 2 strength, and 3 willpower. Pretty strong lady. Focus limits 2, and her ability, let's see if I can focus on it. She's got 2. 1, on the job. At the beginning of your first action of the game, you may move directly to any space, so I can start anywhere I want. This is why I said she's awesome. 2, delivery route. After you move 3 or more spaces during a single round, focus one of your skills, of your choice. So that is pretty baller. I like that a lot. So she starts off with the delivery truck, and $3. 2, 3. And then you have to choose one of these. I already know which one I'm going to pick, but I'm going to show you both. So, Called by Miss is a talent and it's innate. When you would draw a Mythos token, you may instead suffer 1 direct horror and place 1 doom in your space. Snow nor rain, that's the one I'm picking. Once per turn, when you would fail a test, you may discard 1 willpower focus to add 1 success to your test result. So my job is to focus with her and then start using this card. So that's what she'll use, and the other card goes bye-bye. So she starts off with that. This is her turn token. That'll be here. And move her up a little. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I've talked a lot. Let's get into it. So, final step, let's get with the codex. Add cards 2 and 3, and create the anomaly deck, which is this, the temporal fissure, which I already did. So I'll put the codex to the side. 2 and 3 are our starting cards that tells us what the is going on. The only ones under her hat. So, number 2, anomalies. People walk with their heads down, shoulders hunched. With each new oddity, it becomes harder to pretend that nothing is wrong. But the vanishing, the strange lights, the sightings of inhuman creatures, they are not something that can be ignored, at least not for long. So, this card has a lovely thing that is the Reckoning. And let me zoom into that so you can see it. See that? So, see that lovely Reckoning? Yeah, anomalies suck. When a space has 3 doom, or a neighborhood has a total of 5, place an anomaly in that neighborhood. If additional doom would be placed in a neighborhood with an anomaly, place that doom on the scenario sheet instead. That's the agenda. If you would resolve an encounter in a neighborhood with an anomaly, you need to do the anomaly encounter instead, which I already told you about. When a neighborhood has 0 doom on it, the anomaly closes. Remove the anomaly. So that basically happens. So as this, like I was saying, if there are 5 here or 3 in one space, the anomaly would pop here and bad things start happening. That's what this card's telling you happen. So we've got what's happening. Let's see about this. Number 3, deja vu. The day dawns the color of hammered lead, with a stillness and chill that settles over the gabled roofs of Arkham and lingers. As you go through your morning routine, you cannot shake the feeling of having done it before. The same breakfast, the same headlines in the newspaper warning of disappearances and odd goings-on, and a note, your handwriting, reading, "The Demon Sultan approaches. Meet at the train station." So that's why we're starting there. And we've got our act. So it says, when there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, so clues, and neither 4 or 7 are in the codex, add 4 to the codex. Do not remove this card from the codex. When there is 3 or more doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card. Flip this card is bad. So we want to make sure we don't flip this card, that we add and we do good things. So that's the codex. So our job is to get clues so that we can get the next thing of what we need to handle to solve our problem. Cool? This is the scenario sheet. So let's make sure that we don't let bad things happen. And tiny table problem, you'll go. I'll just put you over. I'll keep tabs of how many are on there. Okay, actually, you know what? No, I'll go right here, so everyone can see me add doom to you. And I'll put this. Okay. Okay, so we both start at the train station, which is right here. There we go. We both start at a train station, which is right here, and we both have 2 actions. Codex gets really fun once you get like 6 cards in. I haven't gotten that far because I keep dying. So, so let's see, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So we start first at the action phase. We get 2 actions to do. Well, We know that Daniela has Gabrielle, her motorcycle, which means instead of moving 2 spaces for her move action, she can move 3. So I could do 1, 2, 3, and then attack, and this cultist will immediately engage with me, and then I could kill him. I like that life. Let's do it. So, but the delivery truck, which I don't think I showed you, but I will, says each time you move out of a space, an unengaged investigator in that space may move with you. Move up to 2 spaces, you may perform a trade action before or after the move action as an additional action. So, I could get some free movement up in this piece if I let Stella go first. And when it says spend money to move, you can move up to 4 spaces, okay? But you have to spend money after the second. So 2 are free, third costs $1, fourth costs $1. So you can move, but you can only move up to a total of 4 spaces if you need to. All right, so Stella is going to go first and drag Daniela with her. So she's going to move 1, 2, and spend the $1 to move 3. And both of them are there. The cultist needs to engage, and I'm going to have the cultist engage person with the highest influence. So the cultist is going to engage Daniela, which I'm okay with. Let's see. For her action, what she's going to do, how do we get rid of these doom? We ward. Okay, so that's how we do it. And warding... I want to make sure I test it right. Warding means getting rid of doom. And we have to mitigate doom. I just usually keep this with me. Test lore. So I'm gonna have her section action be testing lore. Her lore is 3, so she's gonna roll 3 dice. I should focus. No, vroom vroom sounds vroom vroom vroom. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have her focus. So she's gonna focus willpower. That's what I'm gonna have her do. And I started her at the train station. I know I could have started her anywhere, but I started her at the train station because I wanted to get that free 2 actions for Daniela. So she's going to focus to get that, so she can use her snow and her rain when or if I fail. Okay. That's the end of her turn, so she's done, so I'll flip this over. Just 2 actions. Next up is Daniela. Daniela is going to fight this dude with the wrench. So she's rolling 3 for strength, plus 3 with the wrench, so I roll an extra die other than this. This rogue figure has 1 health, no penalties. If he hits me, I'll take 1 damage. And says, the long robes and deep hood throw the figure's face in the darkness, but the hand that reaches for you seems to shine in the moonlight. So I just need to hit him. I just need 1 success. That's it. 1 success. I don't know. I didn't know who could do both characters' movement actions. I didn't know you could. Yes, with Stella you can. All right. All right. So I got 1 success, but I get to roll my other die. So I got 1 success. As you can see how this game's gonna go. I got 1 success here, which is a 5. So I hit him for 1 damage and kill him. So when you kill him, they go to the front here of this deck. I know you can't see it for the Arkham Horror image of this. They go to the front, and then when enemies spawn, you pull from the back. So it's basically they're gonna cycle back around. All right, so he's dead. So that was my first action. My second action is I'm going to ward, and ward takes lore, so I roll 3 dice. I got a success. I just needed 1, so bye-bye. And that is it. I am done. Action phase done. Monster phase. This guy has an ability. He says he will. His ability is patrol. move towards an unstable space and engage the person with the highest influence. Unstable spaces are places with doom on them. No, I lied to you. I lied to you. I lied to you. Unstable space is the space that's here. That's at the topmost discarded card, and it's Labella Luna. So he's going to move, and he moves, and let me show you his card again. Ooh, I lied to you for a sec. So he's going to move to that unstable space, and his movement is 2, which you see right here. Okay. Back to the table. Okay, so he's here. He's going to move 1, 2 to Labella Luna. Remember, we're in a different area. We're in Independence Square, so he doesn't engage with us. Okay. Yeah, the draw from the bottom in the thing is really great. So he's the only monster on the board, so that's that. Then we go into the encounter phase. So the encounter phase, we're both downtown. So this one will be for Stella. And it is Independence Square, so you read from that one. A poor Dunwich family has parked their truck by the square and are selling old furniture and knickknacks out of the back. Most of what they have for sale is worn out and worthless, but a few objects look worthwhile. You may buy one common item from the display for half price rounded up. What? What? We've got the shotgun. Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha-ha-ha. Oh, she's only got $2. We got the Mystic Tome, but she's not a spellcaster. You may add one to the result of... This one would cost 3, you don't have enough. The Magnifying Glass would be baller, because that's a +1 to observation. And the Painkillers would probably help with fighting. So, she'll get the Painkillers. That's, actually... No? She rolls 3 dice for observation. Yeah, I'll save observation for Daniela. So she'll get the Painkillers, and remember, the Painkillers allow her to soak up 2 extra damage on top of it before it's discarded. Round it up. Sorry. It's $1. So she got the Painkillers. So that's there. So that ends her. When you finish with these, you put it at the bottom of this deck. Yep. Then, for Daniela, we draw. Hey, no, that's not a... Yes, this is the one with the clue. So you know it's the one with the clue, the one we're looking for, because the clue's up in the corner. So let's look at this. Come on. There we go. Anne Caslow, the old soothsayer, grips your hand and speaks of past and future as if they were one. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Caslow's predictions are chilling. Test willpower. I just need 1 success to pass. If you pass, accept her warnings and acquire what she says you need. You gain 1 curio item. So automatically, and usually this isn't the case, you have to test, I get this clue. So Daniela has the clue, but she also has to test willpower, which is 3. I got 1 success. What? So I passed it, and I get for free... Ooh, I forgot to restock the shelves. I get for free 1 curio item from the shop. And this gets started. So, curio, we've got the book, we've got the magnifying glass, and we've got the cigarette case. So I'm going to grab the magnifying glass for free. Thank you. What I got... Liquid Courage. Hey, that's a familiar one, right? Liquid Courage lets you put some sanity on it if you need to. And the new top one that's going to come into play is First Aid Kit. Action. An investigator or ally in your space recovers 1 health. You are an investigator in your space, so you can heal yourself or an ally. That's actually something I'd like to get. So that's the new one that's there. Okay. That seemed cool. That was the encounter phase. Now we're in the mythos phase. 2 per investigator. 2. Oh, Lord. I always pull Gatebird first. I always do. The Reckoning. So the Reckoning is 1, and I'll solve them in that order. I just want to get them all out. And the other one is clue. And then for Daniela, this is how I do it so I can resolve them in order without knowing what I'm doing. The newspaper headliner. And a clue. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's resolve them in order. First, the reckoning. So, what does the reckoning say? For the approach to Azathoth card, it says for the reckoning, each cultist monsters place one doom in their space. If it's in a street space, then place the doom in an adjacent neighborhood instead. So that's the reckoning. So he's going to put a clue back right where he is. Not a clue, a doom right where he is. So it's good that I got rid of one. Okay, any other things? Nope, that's it. So that is the reckoning, and the reckoning stays out of the bag. We don't put it back in, okay? Basically, every token you take out stays out of the bag, and then when the bag is empty, you put them all back in. We get a clue. So this is the one where I have to look to see is top or bottom. Top card. So the clue, we grab the top card, which is the Merchant District. Add a clue in there. Grab the top three. Shuffle them a boot. On there. There's two clues here. That stays out of the bag. You, Daniela, got this token, which I don't know if you can see it properly, is this one, which is the newspaper. So we are going to reach over here and grab the newspaper one, which is this. We have no one to blame but ourselves. Opinion. Our choices have placed us on this path. New civic engagement required. Advertisers deserves its share of blame. By Dolph Jeffries, editor-in-chief of the Arkham Mask. Headline. Place 2 doom. Oh, gosh, I thought it almost burst. Place 2 doom in your space unless you gain a dark pact. If you're in a street space, place it in adjacent. So I could gain the dark pact and not gain 2 doom. or gain, or put 2 doom here, which means there'll be 4. Which means both Daniela and Stella would have to spend their turn in the same space. The reckoning is already out of the bag, so I'm gonna be YOLO. I am going to gain a dark pack. I'm gonna gain a dark pack. And they should all be the same. Yeah, they are. It's just what's at the bottom I can't look at. So I'll just shuffle these up. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. But I don't feel like dealing with Doom right now. I feel like getting clues. So I'll take a Dark Pact. And the Dark Pact says, for you to see. Y'all so Yells makes me laugh when he does that. Dark Pact condition. When the reckoning happens, roll 1 die. On a 1, your debt has come due. Flip this card. The die roll is not a test. Do not look at the back of this card. So it's not a test, so therefore I can't say I can use my focus here to say I'm going to gain a success on it. It's just, I just have to not get a 1. Okay, and she got a clue token. So grab the top card, which is East Town. Put a clue here, grab the top 2. That's why I said, I don't know why they don't say put it at the top, because if I pay attention and not talk to you, like when I played solo, I was like, I know which card it is. So why not just put it at the top? That makes no sense. Alright. Okay. That ends, flip back, that ends the Mythos phase horribleness. And we're back to the action phase, so now it's our turn. So that was the turn that you saw, a round. I'm gonna take a drink of water because I talked a lot between getting in that first round. The die is cast! Alright, so let's hit it up next. So our turns again. Stella is going to move, be like, come on, hop in the truck and come with me over here and engage this dude, which goes to you. And then Stella's second is she's going to ward. And she rolls 3 dice to ward. And I did not. I got a 3, a 1, and a 1. But she has her ability. Once per turn, when you would fail a test, you may discard my focus to add 1 success, which I do, and I pass. Neener, neener, neener. So that ends her turn. So she's done. Next turn is my girl Daniela, who is going to roll those lovely 6 dice against this guy's stupid face. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes, so I just kind of beat him to death with the wrench. So he's dead. Here. And then my second is I'm going to ward. And I got 1, 2 successes, so get rid of that too. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, kid. Alright, so that's end of the action phase. So you see it starts picking up as we start going after all the explanations, right? I look up when shuffling, like it really helps. It doesn't. Alright, so we go to the monster phase. There are no monsters. I've killed both the cultists. So then we go to the encounter phase. So we are still in downtown, but we are now in La Bella Luna. So Stella went first. Ew. The goon. Goon. The goon doesn't want to let you into the Clover Club beneath the restaurant. You tell him you're here to see Naomi O'Bannon. Test influence. If you pass a few games of the card tables let you turn a profit, you gain $3. If you fail, Naomi must not be accepting visitors. You suffer 1 damage. So he punches us in the face. How dare you hit a woman? Jerk. Alright, so that's just 2 dice. I don't have my focus! Okay. And I failed. Ugh. So I'll take a damage, but I'll put it on painkillers. So 1 damage on the painkillers. And that's that for Stella. Alright. For Daniela, in the VIP area of the Clover Club beneath the restaurant, Peter Clover winks and pins a 4-leaf clover to your coat. You become a Clover Club member. You see that? I'll get to that in a second, but you see you become, that's that orange deck I was telling you about. Do me a favor in return someday. You offer to pull some strings on his behalf. Test influence. If you pass, he pays you in advance and you gain $3. So first, let's go to this deck, flip it over and find Clover Club member. Here it is. Alright. This says, cannot wait to get my camera to set my camera up so I can stop doing this. Clover Club member. After you perform a gather resource action in the downtown neighborhood, you may spend $2 to gamble. If you do, roll 1 die and gain that much money. So I can gain less, I could gain the same, but cool. I'm a Clover Club member now. And I need to test influence, which is 3 dice, 3 die for Stella. And if I pass, I get $3. I passed. 1 success. Haha. So I get $3. Daniela is making that cheddar. Alright. So that ends that. But I need to start going to places with clues. I just need to kill that guy. So we need to get ourselves here or here. I'm probably going to come over here. No, I'm going to come here first so I can get a better chance of getting clues. Okay, so that ends the encounter phase. Back to the bag of terrible, horrible things. So you pulled blank, so nothing. And the gate burst token. A demon And dropping some bad juju. Okay, so you pull the blank, so nothing happens. It's just a freebie. And then this trash right here. This trash. Okay. The Gateburst token says, take the top card of the event deck, place one doom in each space of that neighborhood, shuffle the card into the discard, and then place that at the bottom. So the top card of the deck is Northshire. So I place one doom in each. 1, 2. We're going to Northshire next. 3. So there are 4. It's almost time for an anomaly to pop. And then you take this, take these that are down here. It's both downtown, but you shuffle them. And then place them at the back. So they're back into play. That's why that is terrible. Some gals have all the luck. Alright, you spawn the demon. So you spawn the monster, so it says draw the bottom card of the monster deck and place it on the board as instructed. So draw the bottom card, which is the Occult Ritualist. So it says spawn a street nearest the leader. He's elusive, which means I have to engage him. He's a lurker, so he just hangs around. And place one doom on any adjacent space. So, oh gosh. He's gonna be a problem. So he's gonna get placed either here or here. Because it says place on the street next to the leader. Stella's the leader. Stella, you're gonna have to go kill him. I gotta ward this area. Darn it! I really wish I was here. I'm gonna put him here. Okay. Alright, so that is hers. That is hers, sorry. So that was the spawn the monster. And then we pulled this one, which means spread doom. Draw the bottom card of the event deck. And put a doom wherever it needs to go. This one is going on Independence Square. Boom, because symbol's right there. And then this goes down here at the bottom. And that is the end of that awful Mythos phase. Back to the action phase. Alright, you can move 3, and then I need you to ward. So, Stella can't go first this time. She can't take. So, 1, 2, 3. And then you are going to ward 1 success. At least that's something. So I take 1 off. So that's her 2. She's done. Stella is going to... What's your fight? 2? Ugh. What can you do? If you engage with him, his health is 1. But look at this. So his health is 1. He's elusive. This means this monster does not engage investigators in its space. So if I move in his space, he'll just sit there for a turn. And I can move through him. I don't have to fight him. And usually what happens with monsters is when you move into their space, when you're moving, you stop. Even if you're like, I want to move through him to go to this other space, you stop. But with elusive is like aloof in Arkham Horror, the card game. You just move right through him, it doesn't care. So I would have to engage him to fight him, but I'm not ready to do so yet. So I'm going to move 1, 2 for my first action, and then I'm going to ward the space, because I'm going to let him put it back here. So I'm going to ward, which is 3. And I got 2 successes. Done. And for people asking, if you roll, what happens if you roll more than 1 success? You remove that much doom. So if I rolled 3 successes and there are 3 doom here, I would take all 3 off. 1 doom removed per success. Okay? Alright, so she got rid of that. So that was the end of her phase. She's done. You done, you done, you done. Okay. So, monster phase, he's going to spread doom. So I'm just going to have him put it right back because his thing says place one doom on any adjacent space. So that's what she'll do because she's trying to get these clues. So, and I need 3 clues to advance the act. Okay. So Stella went. Daniela went first. Danielle's in Northshire, North Side. Sorry. So she's gonna grab the North Side card, and she's at the Arkham Advisor. Okay. Editor Doyle Jeffries tells you about a hot tip that he needs you to follow up on. Spawn one clue. Either test influence to ask for payment up front, or spend one remnant to show him the types of challenges you face. If you pass or spend the remnant, Doyle reluctantly agrees and you gain $3. So I spawn one clue here. Cool. So I grab the. Well, just to spawn one clue. So it's going to East Town. Top of the ground. Look away. Okay. And then I need to test influence, so that's 3. 1, 2, and a 4. So that is that. That is that. Oh, I forgot her ability. I did that last time. I forgot it last time. That's why I always have to go to this book. This was a really good book because it answers all my questions. So I go to actions, gathering resources. Oh, that's getting money. Okay. Yeah, she didn't do that yet. Okay, cool. That ends. She failed that, so she doesn't get money. That's Northshire. Then we go to Merchant Mart. We go to Stella. My odds were high. She is at the Unvisited Isle. So let's go to that. The hut seemed deserted except for a trinket on the table. You gain 1 curio item. A series of names and dates is scratched into the door. Test lore. If you pass, you notice a correlation between the dates and events throughout Arkham's history. You gain 1 clue from the neighborhood. So I get 1 curio from the shop. The only one, there's 2 here. There's this tome that gives me a +3 to lore while casting a spell, though. And the cigarette case, once per round, you may add 1 to the result of a die while resolving a test. Yes, I'll take that. Thank you. I will take that. The new item coming out is the 45 Thompson. Gain +5. A +5 as part of an attack action. Yeah, that's pretty. That's real pretty. Alright, so I need to test lore. So I'm going to pass it because of the lucky cigarette case. So lore is 3. I got a success anyway, so I didn't have to use it. So I got 2 successes. And it says, if you pass, you notice a correlation between the dates and events throughout Arkham history. You gain 1 clue from the neighborhood. Up. You. Goes here. We're 1 away. 1 away. Alright, so that ends the encounter phase. Yes. Now we go to the Mythos phase. Say hello to my little friend. 1. Blank. Oh, it's still kind of blurry, sorry. 2. Spawn a monster. Okay, what do you got? Spawn a doom and nothing. Okay. So you got nothing. And spawn a monster. Grab the back monster from the back. It is a keening hound. He's keening. What does that even mean? What does that mean when it's keening? Keening Hound. Spawn at most doom. I can put you anywhere, actually. I'm okay with that. Hunter. Move directly and engage the person with the most remnants. He has 4 health. I roll 1 less die on attacking him, and if I'm going to evade him, I roll 2 less die. He'll do 2 damage and 1 sanity damage to me if he hits me, and he'll give me this token. So I'm probably going to have him attack. I know what I'm going to do with him. She rolls 6 dice. She rolls 6 dice. Punch you in the face. I can put. So spawn at the most doom. Everything is 1, so I get the pick. You're gonna fight Stella, not Stella, Daniela, because Daniela rolls more dice. But do I want you to immediately fight Daniela? Because you're gonna jump to somebody. It says engage them. So yep, I'm gonna put you over here with Daniela. So she doesn't have to move. She could just engage you and fight you. So that's that. Then Daniela's one is she's gonna spawn a doom. Alright, that's why I always go to my reference. Draw the bottom card. Northshire. Dang it. At the train station. Oh. Okay. Not good. Okay, and then nothing. Alright. This is going south fast. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? We will... Stella needs to go clear those clues. And Daniela needs to fight that thing, hopefully beat it. Hopefully in one turn. But she'll take a hit if not. And deal with that guy. Alright, so here we go. So let's do the thing that we know we need to do first. Stella's going to move 1, 2 here to the train station. She is going to then ward. And she's going to roll 3 for lore to ward. Just give me 2 successes. Come on. 1, 2 successes. Oh, thank. So I get rid of both of them. Oh, that's 2 6s. Love it, love it, love it. See? Aha. Alright, so that was her 2 actions. She's done. Alright. No gate craziness just yet. Okay, okay. So that ends that. Stella's done. She's done. Daniela's turn. She is going to... I mean, this monster engages with her. So she is going to roll... She would roll 6 dice, 3 and 3, but it's -1 because of this. When you fight him, it says it's 1 less die, -1. So I'm rolling 5 dice to hit you in the face. Should I focus first? The ward is safe. I can't focus. He engaged with me. When you're engaged with a monster, you can either evade or fight. You can't do anything else. So here we go. 1, 2 damage. 2. Can I do anything else? Nope. So 2 damage goes on him. He's gonna get to hit me in the face really hard next round. That's 1. My second action is going to be to just make sure that's right. And engage with the monster. I might be able to focus, and that's what I want to do. So, let's see. While engaged with a monster, you can only perform focus, attack, and evade actions. It'll focus. I am going to focus strength because I'm going to get that extra die back. Punch you in the face. So I gain my focus token, which is this one here. Okay. That ends her turn. Monster's turn. That monster is just going to straight up punch her in the face for 2 and 1. She doesn't have anybody to throw it on, so she'll take 2 damage and 1 sanity hit. This monster is going to spawn a tube here. And those are the only monsters. Then the encounter phase. We will go with Stella, who went first at North Side, at the train station. You pace in front of the ticketing window. The exhausted-looking ticketing agent tells you something about bad weather and a derailment on Boston Arkham Line. You may become delayed to keep waiting for your acquaintance's train to arrive. If you do, you gain an ally. So what does delayed mean? Delayed means I do 1 less action. That's what delayed means. So I'm going to become delayed because I want an ally. I think allies will be helpful in this fight. So I'll do that. I will grab from the ally card, and I've got Henry Wan. Ally, Firing Actor. Once per round, you may pay half price rounded up while buying an item. And you can take damage, so I'm okay with it. He's my new person who just gets punched in the face. So that's hers. Then it is Daniela's turn. Hey, maybe we might have enough. So she is at the Arkham Advisor. Focus. Extra, calls the newsboy. Schaffner's General burned down. The paper is dated 1891. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. A young-looking Doyle Jeffries asks if you could get a good tip to help him get his foot in the door. You may spend 1 remnant to gain $3. Nope, I got the clue. That's what I wanted. So I got 3 clues. I got the clue from here, so I've got the 3 clues. Sweet. Alright. So, need to check something, because I want to make sure I play this right. Focusing, warding. Most scenarios require you to get a certain number of clues onto the scenario sheet. The research action is the main way of doing this. When you perform this action, resolve an observation test. For each success you roll, you may place 1 of your clues on the scenario sheet. We've got 3. So that's the end of that. So our next round, your job is to kill that thing and then research and then observe. Urgh! I should have instead of strength, I should have done an observation. Oh well, whatever. You will automatically succeed, so I'm okay. Alright, Mythos phase. There's only 1 in the bag. No, there's 2 in the bag. There's only 2 in the bag. So first, spread doom. Second, get an agenda. Then we put all these back in the bag. So the reckoning can happen. Okay, so shuffle these up. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. Alright, so Doom's gonna start a spreading. And now the Reckoning is back in the bag, and the Gate Burst is back in the bag, too. If a Gate Burst happens here, it'll be 1, 2, 3, anomaly. 1, 2, 3, anomaly. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, so let's start off with this. Doom spreading. Doom is spreading from the top. Nope, from the bottom. Bottom? The top bottom thing throws me. Doom spreads from the bottom. The bottom card, downtown, gets a Doom on La Bella Luna. I think you're going to see a gate anomaly pop up really soon. So, that goes there. So that Doom spreads. Then we pull another newspaper event. Wild Animal Strike. Choose 1 non-epic monster in any space. You suffer damage equal to that monster's remaining health, then you defeat it. You suffer damage equal to the monster's remaining health, then you... I can kill this cultist outright. He's not an elite monster. No star in his name. He only has 1 health. Or I can kill this creature outright, but I'll take 2 damage. I think I'm going to kill the creature. I think I'm going to kill the creature. Gate burst token scares me. I don't know which one to kill. I can kill the Keening Hound now, or I can kill this guy. This guy's going to spread. Both of them I need to kill, because he's a problem. So I need to be able to move. I need to be able to start doing observation so I can start advancing the story before things get bad. So I don't know. I don't know which one to kill. I'm thinking. I was initially thinking the Keening Hound, so I don't have to worry about rolling dice against him. But I'm already engaged with him, and I just need 2 successes. I'm rolling 6 dice. That might work. But I can just kill this cultist outright. So next round, it would be... next round to me, it would be, if it's start with her, without this card, next round it would have been start with Daniela, kill the Keening Hound, and then do an observation check to place a clue on the act. And with Stella, I would have done 1 action to place the clue, and the other action to move into the unvisited isle. And that was my plan. But now that I can kill one of them, if I kill this guy, I don't have to worry about going to kill him, and Stella would just do the same thing she's always doing. But Daniela would be able to ward north side and do an observation check. So I'm thinking that's the take to go. Daniela just take 2 hits. I gotta get this first aid kit for her. Or a friend. One of the 2. So I'm thinking that's my plan. But she would take... So she would be at 4 damage with 3 left. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think we should do? If I kill the Keening Beast, she's gonna take 2 damage. If I kill the cultist, it said choose 1 non-epic monster in any space. You suffer damage equal to the monster's remaining. Oh, I get to decide who gets it. Oh, Henry! You provide no usefulness to me. Except for I could get that first aid kit for $1. Wait, no, this is Stella's. So it would be Stella doing it. It'd be Stella doing it. So Daniela wouldn't suffer the damage. This is Stella's card. It's her problem. So choose 1 monster in any space. You suffer damage equal to the monster. I could put it on Henry, kill him, because he would die because he could only take 2 health, so I wouldn't take any damage. And I would get a remnant for killing the beast. But the cultist would still be alive, and I need to kill him. So I could move... Ooh. Indecision. Rip Henry. I'm thinking so. I'm thinking Henry could kick rocks. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'll do. So I kill this creature. Henry's dead. So I'll put him at the bottom of the ally pile. And I will get 1 remnant for defeating the creature. Goes to you. This creature's dead. Okay. So you're gone. So that's that. That's the news. Not a bad newspaper. Okay, we're spawning another Doom. pull the bottom card. I was getting confused. North side. Train station, where she is. Okay. So we're going to be doing some warding. Gotcha. Alright. Then, placing a clue. We grab the top card. And it's going to the merchant district. Actually, Henry wouldn't die. I'll just get rid of the painkillers. What the heck am I doing? Henry will have 1 damage on him. He won't be dead. The painkillers are lost, and Henry will have 1 damage on him. So the painkillers are gone. Like, what the heck? Okay, there we go. Henry made it. Oh, he's a little beat up, but he's alright. Okay, so that ends that. And I put the clue in, so. So you spawned. You spawn in paper. Yes. North side. Yep. And then you clue and spawn. East side. Hibbett's Roadhouse. Hibbett. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Cool. Our turn. So, first turn, we're going to do an observation. And just want to make sure we share clues, because I believe we do. Click in clues. Clues. Each neighborhood. Clues you have gained can be placed on the scenario sheet by using the research action. I know that. Oh, no. Each person has their own set of clues. You have to trade them if you want to. So she's going to do observation. Got 1 success, so I'll put 1 clue on this. So I've got 1 clue on it. And then the second is she is going to ward. And she got 3 successes. Where was that before? So I just get rid of 1 though. That's the only space I'm in. That ends her turn. Your turn. You are going to. I only roll 1 die for observation. I may focus so I can roll 2. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus. First, I'm going to focus observation. And her focus limit is 3. So she can now roll 2 dice for observation. And she's going to roll 2. She's going to spend 1 to re-roll. And I failed. Darn it. I can spend the other one. Nope. That's that. That's the bad luck. Okay. So that ends that. Then we go to the encounters. Who went first? Stella went first. I'll need to go up to her and get those clues and observe. So Stella is at the train station still. Oh, sorry, I didn't do the enemy phase. Oop. I skipped the enemy phase. He is going to spawn a clue somewhere. Here. That's why I need to go kill him. He's a problem. Okay, so now Stella's at the train station. An unforeseen assailant shoves you in your back, propelling you onto the tracks. Test willpower. If you pass, calmly grab a stranger's outstretched hand and heave yourself to safety. You gain 1 ally. If you fail, you panic and the train rushes by, painfully clipping your arm. You suffer 2 damage. So now is where your boy's gonna die if I fail this. So I test willpower. Willpower is 3, but I'm gonna pass because I'm gonna use the lucky cigarette case. Success. I got a 5. So success. I passed. I get an ally. Cool. New ally. Delphina Bell, university professor. Action. You may spend one remnant to focus one skill of your choice, even if it exceeds your limit. She could take crazy. I'm okay with that. I think I might hand you off to Daniela, though. She's in need. Okay, so I passed that. I didn't have to use this skill. Then it's Danielle's turn. She is at the end. The people of Arkham need to know they're in danger. Minnie Klein tells you, but Doyle won't run the store without proof. You may spend one remnant to make sure her articles publish. If you do, those whose lives are saved remember you in their thoughts and prayers. You become blessed. Oh, do I have? But I don't have a remnant for her. Damn, damn, damn. Okay, so that just lost. Becoming blessed would have been fun. Okay, that is the encounter phase. If we pull a gate burst, you're going to see an anomaly because there's no way a gate burst is going to happen here, here, or here for sure. Okay. Monster spawn. Newspaper article. Gate burst. There it is. And the reckoning. I drew a gate burst, and then I drew the reckoning. Alright, so let's go over here first. Spawn monster. Grab the back monster. It is a hooded stalker. Monster, human cultist, spawn at most doom. Hunter, move towards engage the person with the lowest strength, which would be Stella. So you are going to spawn at the place with the most doom. You are here. Okay, that goes away. New card comes out. Magician vanishes, rabbit self. What? Full manpower for the magician Manfred underway. 7 white doves also missing. Foul play suspected. Get it? Doves? Foul play. You disengage all monsters and move to the unstable space. The monsters are exhausted. The monsters are not exhausted. They engage another investigator in their space. So she's not engaged with a monster, but she's going to move to the unstable space, which is Hibbert's Roadhouse. Boop. Wait, you said you move to the unstable. Oh, sorry. That's where you're going. That's the unstable space. Okay. Let's see. Next is you. Gate burst. Let's see this anomaly pop up. So in gate burst, you are going to grab the top or bottom? Top card. Which is, guess where she is? Oh no, it's Rivertown. Huh. What luck! Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Grab all these cards, shuffle them. Ah, shoot, you are going to see a gate burst. There's nothing I can do about it either. It's happening. Okay, so, and then this goes in the back. Okay, then that's the gate burst where you're like, whew, that wasn't so bad. The headlines for the birds. Don't you do it, Brian. You're better than this. Then the reckoning. And the reckoning says for each cultist monster, 2 of them, place 1 doom in its space. If it's in place, so 3. And then I'm not going to add anything to the agenda, so I'll put it here. But with that 3, the anomaly comes crashing down. Ba-boom! So this place is under siege. To get rid of this anomaly, I have to get rid of those 3, and then it'll be gone. Okay. So there's that, and then there's my Dark Pact. I rolled a 2. Thank the maker. Close to a 1. That was bad. So that ends that. That ends that. It is our turn. Not enough. Can't stop this. I don't know if I can stop this. You need to. I know what she needs to do. She can focus and then try again. So she'll focus another observation. And then try with 3 dice to get 2 clues. I got $1, so I could spend 3 to get over here. If I do 1, 2, 3, clear 3, clear this one. That's probably my best bet. Okay, Stella, do it. 1, 2, and then spend $1 for 3, and then clear. So she is going to do lore. I'm going to use Lucky Cigarette Case to pass. Got it. Okay, now that ends my turn. So I stopped this one from exploding, but not this one. So that ends your turn. That cultist is going to stab you next, but Delphine and Henry are there to take the hit. So then it's your turn. Your turn is to focus, to roll 3 dice, and then try to get those clues. My dice rolling angers me. I'm going to spend 1 to re-roll a die. And I rolled a 1. Stop it. That's it. This is how I lose dice rolling. Alright, so enemy phase. You're going to put a clue here. You are going to move to the person with the lowest strength. 1, 2, engage her. And she will take 1 damage, but she won't. She's going to give it to old boy Henry, who is going to die. That will end that phase. So now the encounter phase. She went first, so downtown. La Bella Luna. A panicked stranger forces a wad of cash into your hand. You gain $3. This benefactor tells you, "You gotta get me out of here," and points to the club's imposing bouncer. Test observation. If you pass, you stealthily escort the stranger out. If you fail, you suffer 2 damage. So I'm getting money and I'm getting punched in the face. Cool. Cool. 1, 2, 3. $3. And I'm gonna roll 3 dice. It says once per round. Ugh, so I can't succeed again. I got 2 successes. So we get out of here, no problem. Alright, cool. Alright, so then it is Danielle's turn. She is Marshire at. You know anything about the supernatural? Asks editor Doyle Jeffries. We got a stack of tips and no one willing to do the legwork. Either test lore to tell him what you know or spend 1 remnant to establish your credentials. If you do, he pays you well for your unique insight gained. $3. So I'm going to test lore because I don't have a remnant. Lore, you roll 3. And I failed. I failed hard, so nothing. Okay. Mythos. Both the gate bursts. There's still a spawn enemy in here somewhere. There's still a spawn enemy in there somewhere. So, Doom, which means we might not have another gate burst, and nothing. And nothing. And spawn an enemy. There it is. There it is. Okay, so I know the last one is a clue and a nothing, so at least I know that. So we're going to spawn a doom, grab the bottom card, and it's going in Hibbs Roadhouse. Roadhouse. Okay. And then nothing. And then nothing. And spawn an enemy. Grab that card. I hate this guy, the Abyssal Servant. This is the worst one to get. Spawn at street nearest prey. Hunter. Move towards and engage investigator with most clues. It'll be Stella. 4 health, -1, -2. After you fail to evade this monster, you disengage other monsters and both you and it move 1 space towards an unstable space. So, spawn, it says what? Street nearest prey. So, it's prey, it's going to be there. Okay. Okay. That's the end of that. Alright. I need to get these. I don't know what's happening. I just gotta meet up with Stella. So I could just move 3, 1, 2, 3, and try to close this. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna test lore. I just gotta meet up with Stella. Trying to put those is not working. So I got 1 success. So I get rid of 1 clue here. And that ends her turn. You are engaged. You are going to fight this guy. You're going to kill him. I know you're going to kill him. I got a 3 and a 3, which is a fail. But I'm going to use the cigarette case to get a success, which is the 1 hit that I need to kill this guy. So that's my first. My second is to move 1, 2. I don't need another gate burst, so we're going to add this to the agenda. We need to get these ladies back together, get rid of this, and then I'm going to trade all my clues to her so she can do it, and the cigarette case will at least let her do it next turn. So that's the plan. Ward and pass. Ward and do what you're doing. All right. So monster phase, you're going to move 2, 1, 2, so you're in the street. You are going to drop this. I'm not dropping it here to make this explode, so I'm going to put it here. And with that, this is going to go here. And remember, if 3 are there, bad things happen. So first one goes on the agenda. That ends that. Then we go to... We're both in a space of terribleness. So we're both in an anomaly. So instead of drawing from these decks, we go from the anomaly deck. So we draw for... Who moved first? Daniela moved first. So Daniela. How many clues are on there? 2 clues are on there. So it says, a bolt of fire streaks from the sky and impacts near you. You suffer 2 damage. In the crater, you find a small green glowing rock that hurts to look at. Wrapping it as thoroughly as you can in spare cloth, you look for a new way to dispose of it. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. Oh! So I remove 2 doom from my space, which kills the anomaly. But I take 2 damage. And I gain a remnant. Whoa, that wasn't half bad. I don't have to do the other anomaly. That goes at the bottom. So the green rock slammed into the ground, hurting me, but that was what was coming through the anomaly. So then Stella will just do a regular... Oh, cool. Unvisited Isle. A thick fog rolls in over the island. You fear you might never escape it. Test willpower. If you pass, you retrace your steps and discover a gift that has been left in your boat. You gain 1 curio item. If you fail, you sleep in the cold, damp mists until morning. You suffer 1 horror and become delayed. Yeah. Alright, so willpower 3. I can't use the cigarette case. I got 1 success. I passed. Ugh! So I got a curio item. Okay, so let's see what's there. We've got the tome, the mystic tome. Sure, I'll take it. And the new item that's coming out is the leather coat. It's a carry item as well. You gain +1 observation as part of an evade action. Okay, that's in the shop now. Okay. What was that? What did I just run through? That was the encounter phase. We're at the mythos phase now. I already know what's in the bag. Boom, boom. And then we put everything back in. Shake it up. Oh my gosh. Thank God. The Abyssal Servant's going to hurt me. How much damage does he do? 1 and 2? Okay. I'll be okay. I say that as I pull out a gate burst and a newspaper. Sweet! Chaos Back sucks. Okay, so clue. Clue comes from the top card. Going to Merchant District. Another clue comes on. There's 3 clues on here now. I'm assuming all 3 of these are the clues. I don't know. Find out. Okay, and nothing. Gate Burst. Gate Burst is top card. Rivertown is going to explode. 1. Gate Burst. 2. Oh no, 2. Sorry. It says if it's street, I don't know. This one. When a space has 3 doom or a neighborhood has a total of 5 doom, if additional doom would be placed in a neighborhood, it would go on the scenario sheet. So this does go here. So I'm 2 away from advancing, and I'm 2 away from solving this. Alright, so that is that, and then we got another newspaper. Are you kidding me? Police, do your jobs. Opinion, Arkham's more dangerous now than ever. Top Cop should reform, force, or step aside. Headline, for each clue in your neighborhood, you suffer 1 damage or 1 horror. You cannot take... So there are 3 clues. I don't know what. Right. There are 3 clues here. Daniela is not in a good way. 1. Oh, I put that away. 1, 2, 3. She's at 5. She's got 2 health left and 3 sanity. Oh, man, this is rough. She needs people. Okay, that was the newspaper, so that ends. And the gate first, so that ends that. Alright. Daniela is going to trade the 2 clues. Actually, she can move and I get a free, right? With hers, after you move 3 or more spaces during a single round, focus 1 skill of your choice. Or at the beginning... Oh, that's the beginning of the phase. What about... That's focusing. I don't want to focus. I want to do a trade. Trade is the delivery truck. Each time you move out of a space, any unengaged as an action, move up to 2 spaces. You may perform a trade action before or after this as an additional action. So I can move both of us here and get the 2 clue tokens and then do the observation. And that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, get the 2 clues for using delivery truck. And then I'm going to test observation. Oh, come on. So I got 1. I'm gonna make another. I'm gonna use lucky cigarette case to add one success to result, which is 2, which puts 3 on here. Which, give me that. Advance the agenda. Advances the act. So when there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet and neither cards 4 or 7 are in the codex, add 4 to the codex. Cool. Add number 4. Parts of the mystery become clear. The note from yourself, the sense of deja vu, they all because time is becoming unstuck. Effects may not be following cause properly right now, but you're certain that this phenomenon is the result of an arcane ritual performed by the cult you've been tracking in the city. You'll have to find the site of the ritual, as well as the epicenter of the temporal disturbance, if you're to have any hope of setting things to right. Armed with your new knowledge, you set out again into the city and try to ignore it when flowers fold into buds and raindrops fly upwards into the sky. Take 5 markers. So, I remember this one well. So, we take 5 markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. All right. Nope. And yep. There we go. Oh, why did I close this? Okay, so it says take 5 markers, 1 blue, 1 red, and 3 white, and randomize them face down. Place each one face down on the Arkham Advisor. Okay, so it tells me where to put. So. Alright, so 1 on the Arkham Advisor. 1 on the Black Cave. It's like, please, where I am. 1 on Independence Square. Okay, so 1 on each top place. Gotcha. There we go. They go there. 1 on the Advisor, 1 on Unvisited Isle, Black Cave, Independence Square, and Velma's Diner. Then flip this card. Profane Ritual. You're not certain what the cult's ritual intended effect was, but it's clearly linked to the odd flow of time in and around Arkham. You'll have to discover the ritual site to learn more. As an action, I have to use an action, but as an action, I can reveal a marker at your location and resolve the effect below based on the color. And we will talk about it as we find it. That's in the codex. So we need to find the ritual, basically. Step 2, find the ritual. Okay. Her first action was to move. Her second action was to do the observation. So she's done. So it's Daniela's turn. Where's the general store? Here. Well, first thing she's gonna do is look at this thing. So it's white. Alright? So if it's white, it says when you reveal a white marker, you find nothing of interest. Discard that marker. Awesome. Thanks, jerk. Okay, so that's her first. Her second one is going to be to ward. So we can shut this anomaly. We got 1 success. That ends her turn. Monster phase. You are going to start causing nothing but see how that guy's a pain. This thing's going to move 1, 2. We're going to run from you as best as we can. Okay, so that's that. That's that. So now we're in the encounter phase. We're both at anomalies. Stella went first, so Stella will deal with 4 anomalies. So the bottom one. 4 doom are on here. You try to rescue some people from a collapsing building but fail and die. Then try again. You may become delayed to keep trying. If you do each time through, you notice more details that you get closer to your goal until you succeed. Remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. So I'm delayed again. So I'll be delayed if I do it or not. Nope. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Come on. Then Daniela. There are slender figures dancing down the street, contorted in impossible poses and trailing colors. It's like Arkham Country. You remember the 2 little girls? Ugh. That thing creeps me out. And trailing colors. Somewhere, someone is playing the flute. Test willpower -1 die. If you pass, you see the figures for what they truly are and banish them from your mind. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 run. So this is not a fail and pay thing. Okay, so willpower's 3, but it's -1, so I roll 2 dice. I passed. I got 1 success. I got a 5. So I remove 2 doom from your space. It's just 1, and I gain a remnant. Okay. That is that anomaly. Okay, so that ends that. Now back to this bag of terrible, horrible, no good things. Please, please, please don't pull the reckoning. I pull the reckoning. Why? Why do I even say don't do something? So I pull a monster. Grab the back card. It is another occult ritualist. And he's gonna go right here. I'm gonna leave. You're going to die. Then that's that monster. The Reckoning. So automatically he comes out, then he gets the place of doom places. You're gonna put it there. And you're gonna put 1. Where'd it go? I'm gonna put 1 right there. Then you have to test. And I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. So her dark pact comes due. Flip this card over. Oh my gosh. The pact was unsealed with a prick of your finger and a drop of your blood, and it costs you nothing. We have our reasons, explained the robed figure as they vanish your contract into their sleeves. You have your part to play. You draw and resolve 6 tokens from the Mythos Cup, then discard this card. Oh no. I think we might have just lost. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus what she pulled. And all of them are going back because the bag is empty. All right, so let's do the horrible things in order. So this happens first. So nothing, nothing. This comes from the bottom. Downtown explodes. It's going in Independence Square, which puts it at 5. Next, from the bottom, downtown again, which will advance this. We're not done yet. Not done yet. Clue, the top, Northshire. I told you this game is hard. Game is hard. It's hard and cruel. Dark packs are rough, and not all of them are the same. But that was probably the worst dark pack I pulled. I've never pulled that one before, which is Clue. Then Monster. Hooded figure, spawn at the most doom. And that's that. And that was Stella's turn. She pulled another one, which is going to Northshire in the train station. It's that. And then a newspaper. Okay. Okay. This is rough. Purses snatchers pursued. New wave of crime in the streets. Cops have no leads. Street toughs linked to Irish mob. Headline: you suffer 2 damage unless you discard 1 item. I have no choice or else I'll die. So I'm discarding the magnifying glass. I have no choice or I'll die. I need to get the first aid kit. Alright, so that ends. My gosh. Alright, well. The Dark Pact, that was awful. That was probably, I've never pulled that one before. Okay. This advances because it says when there is 3 or more doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card. Flip the card. That's right, there's not a phase where it happens, it just happens. Strange things are happening all over Arkham. People from the distant past walk down the streets, wondering at the unusual building. Events happening out of order. The dates on editions of Arkham Advertiser. The dates happening on the editions of Arkham Advertiser seem to be chosen at random. Robed figures dart in and out of the shadows, and to your dismay, you think that you are being followed. Reveal cards from the bottom of the monster deck until you reveal a cultist monster. Spawn it in a street space nearest the leader, and put the rest on top of the deck in a random order. Add card 5 to the codex. More fun. So spawn cultist. Yep. Right away. The High Priest. And he's not going to spawn there. He's going to spawn where the card told him, but he's a lurker. Place 1 doom in this space on his turn. Oh, I hate this guy. He's got 2 health. Reward: after you defeat this monster as part of an attack, you gain 1 spell. So he's going where the leader would be, in a street with the leader. Here. Because I can not engage one but engage the other. Okay, and add card 5 to the codex. Alright. Oh my gosh. Good on it. Here we go. So, time unstuck. Through all the odd occurrences, a sense of rising dread fills the air. The people, the ones from the proper times, scurry from door to door, unwilling to be out under the gunmetal sky. Window shades are drawn and business closes early. As fluid as time is, you seem to be running out of it. So, it says card 5, right? Yep. So, good side. When there are 3 or more clues on the scenario deck and neither 4 or 7 are in the codex, add 4, do not remove this card from the codex. Bad side. When there are 7 or more doom on the scenario sheet, add cards 8 and 9 to the codex and return to the archive. Alright. So you're like, oh, that's not bad because you clear these off. Nope. We have 3, so 4 more. And we got some bad times. Okay. So That was awful. This Dark Pact is gone. You are terrible. I don't like I'll put you at the bottom. I don't want you back at the top. I don't ever want to see. It's over. Alright, so let's see. Stella. You can kill that guy to get a spell. You need to close the Stern Anomaly though. But that guy's gonna be a pain. Yep, let's do it. Let's move in. Engage with this guy, because he's going to be a pain. Let's start mitigating stuff. So we're going to strength roll 2 dice. A 3 and a 4, but I'm going to use cigarette case to succeed. And that's a lie. I'm not going to use cigarette case to succeed. I'm not at all. He has 2 health, not 1. And I'd have rolled 1 less dice, so I'd have rolled 1 die, so it would have been a fail. So I'm not going to use a cigarette case. Actually, I am. I am going to use a cigarette case. I'm going to get 1 hit on you. Why is this here? Oh. There's no clues on here. Oh, because there was... That's why. Okay, okay, so that was your act. You move 1, 1, 2, 3, because she has the motorcycle. You're gonna move there. Then you are going to clear or use your... He's not going to attack you. He's going to move 1, 2 to go towards Stella. Stella's going to get hit for 1, which he can take. And then this creature is going to move 1, 2 to come towards you. So we're going to deal with an anomaly anyway. Flip it. Red. Okay. What is red? Where are we here? Red. When you reveal the red marker, if the barrier is destroyed, which, add card 7 to the codex. Otherwise, add that card to the codex. Otherwise, wait, what? When you reveal the red marker, if the barrier is destroyed, which it's not, add card 7 to the codex face down. Otherwise, add card 7 to the codex face up. Okay. Face up. A strange barrier. A swirling storm flickers in the sky, twisting first one way and then the other as time reverses course over and over again. This must be the epicenter of the temporal disturbance. As you approach, the air grows thicker and thicker until it is as hard and unyielding as glass. An unseen force forbids you from the epicenter of the disturbance, and none of your usual counter magics or tricks erode it 1 iota. You'll have to find some other ways. The space with the red marker is the epicenter. For the time being, a magical barrier prevents you from entering the area. Each investigator at the epicenter must move 1 space away. Investigators cannot move to the epicenter until the barrier is destroyed. When the barrier is destroyed, flip this card. So let me tell you why this is bad. Because I have to move 1 away. Here. I can never clear that anomaly because I can't go in this space. So that anomaly is there to stay. Okay. So that's the end of her turn. Monster turn. This one will move 1, 2. This one will place a Doom. I do not want another gate burst. So it's going to go here, puts it here. This one's going to move 1, 2 because you're heading towards Stella. Danielle. Stella's going to take 1 hit from this guy, but I'm not going to put it on Delphina because Delphina only has 1 health, so you can take it for now. And then this guy is going to put a clue, once again, I don't want another gate burst, so I got to put it here, which puts it here. So we're at 5 doom already. You see how it escalates quickly? It escalates so quickly. Okay, so that's monster phase. Encounter phase. Stella went first. She's in the street, so we draw a street card, and she is on a bridge, as noted as the indicator right here. So she's on a bridge. I'm on a bridge. A leathery old man stands against the rail in the center of the river, fishing rod in hand and the bucket of crushed ice at his feet. Seeing you, he nods and in his traditional, laconic New England fashion, offers you a cold beer and a rest. You may become delayed for you or an ally to recover 2 sanity. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm becoming delayed to recover 2 sanity on her. Whew. What about health? Okay, so that ends yours. You are on a street space as well, and you are on a lantern street space, which is here, which is a residential. An old woman startles you from your reverie and begs your help to cross the street. She chatters about her grandchildren all the way to the other side. Her ignorance of the darkness you fight is somehow reassuring. You or an ally recovers 1 sanity, and you focus 1 skill of your choice. All right. She's healed all her sanity, and she is going to focus observation. Cool. How about that help, though? Can a brother get a healing? Okay, so that's the encounter phase. Now for more gate bursts. Oh, gosh. Come on. Come on. 1. That could be bad. 2. That's really bad. 1. Okay. 2. Oh, boy. Okay. So, that is pulling from the bottom. It is going on the Arkham. So we're going to have another gate burst soon. The 1 goes there. Then we get a monster. A lovely hound, the ravenous hound that we killed last time, is back. On an unstable space. The unstable space is the Arkham Horror. He spawns there. Then we get a clue, which is the top. Rivertown. Oh boy. This is hard. Ah. So now that I saw where that was. Okay. There we go. Alright, so that's that. And spawn new monster. The robe figure. He spawns at unstable space. The advisor, which is what's the last one? Okay. Our turn. Well, you got a fight to do. So chop chop. You're only rolling 1 die. It's gonna be a success. You're gonna kill him. So I rolled a 2, but I'm gonna use the cigarette case to make it a success. Kill him. I get a spell. Okay. Healing word. Oh, please, really? All right. Test lore -1. Yes. Yes. So because of the Mystic Tome, I get a +3. +3, so I roll 6 dice. Okay, so that is 1. That was 1 action. The second action Oh my gosh. I gotta read. If I engage him, do I fight him automatically? Uh, yep. So second action. The first, actually, I can't fight him. I can't fight him. Shoot, because I attacked the other cultist. I killed this. So I can't fight him. What can I do? This guy will get to me if I move. I'm gonna move 1, 2 here, and that'll end my turn. I don't feel like getting stabbed by a cultist. All right, Daniela, come to me, Daniela, come to me. Daniela's gonna move 1 here in this space, and then she's gonna use her second action to flip this guy. It's nothing. So the blue one is one of these two. Okay. Okay. That ends her turn. Monster phase. So you are going to... We'll have a gate burst here if this happens. I don't need the agenda progressing. We're going to have a gate burst. Oh, shoot. We're going to have a gate... If I put it here, it'll go... The agenda will progress if I put one here and here. If I put one here, we'll have a gate burst. If I put one here, we'll have a gate burst. And I don't know if I can do... Oh my gosh, things are getting bad quick. Well, I don't need something on here, so I'm going to put one here and gate burst on this one. Thing is, what am I going to do about this guy? This is why you need to kill these guys, because they stand there and just cause problems. I might... How much of these have I pulled? I've only pulled one of those, so it could still happen. There's nothing I could do about it. Gate bursts are too hard. Like, it's just rough. And these monsters are coming. Stella's going to try to heal Danielle if she survives the token bag terribleness. And if she can, then I can start fighting back. So put it here. It'll come on the agenda. I know you're like, don't do it, make the gate burst, but it's harder to make to fix that. Because if a gate burst happens, if I pull a gate burst from the bag now, and this had a gate burst on it, then all 3 would go on here. So I can't do that. Okay, so here we go. So that will go there. This guy will move 1, 2. 1, 2. Move towards unstable space, engage. So the unstable space is still Arkham Advisor. Move directly and engage with the lowest willpower. That's gonna be Stella. Move directly to and engage with Stella, which means he's gonna hit her for 1 damage and 1 sanity pain. Delphina. Bye-bye. Bye, Delphina. Okay. Alright. That was the enemy. Now for the encounter, we're at Easttown. And we're at Velma's Diner. You order a house specialty, but ask for several alterations to the dish, requesting that particular spice be added and certain other ingredients be served on the side. The cook isn't pleased and Velma charges extra for all your fussing. You may spend $1 for you and an ally to recover 3 health. Yes! For you and an ally. You may spend $1 for you or an ally. So I'm going to spend $1. Get 3 health off. Oh, thank you. Okay. And then. Ooh, sweet. Velma's Diner. Deputy Dingby is taking Velma's statement. Robe figures. They painted that. She points to a symbol on the floor, a swirling ribbon threaded through a circle. You gain 1 clue from the neighborhood despite the mess. The diner is open. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to heal 3 health. Yeah, you're gonna spend $1. Let's get all this nasty off us. And I gain a clue. Oh. I'm alive! Okay, so I'm alive. Alright, I'm alive. Okay, so that is the end of that. Now we go to this. One, 2. 1 gate burst, 2. Well, blast. Alright, so let's deal with this first. Top one, which is Rivertown. Rivertown gets a clue. Shuffle these around. This is a mess. This is just a straight up mess. Alright, Rivertown gets a clue. And then nothing. You get a gate burst. Gate bursts are top card of the event. Northshire. 1. Gate burst. 2, 3, right here, which will cause this to advance. And then you take all these, shuffle them up. Stella, got a heal spell. And then spawn, take bomb card. Northshire. That's 9 on there right now. 9. Sweet. So this advances, because this says if there are 7 or more Doom on this scenario sheet, add cards 8 and 9 to the codex and return this card to the archive. So no longer can I do something. So 8 and 9, put 5 back. Okay. Well, you're doing well if you're trying to release an old one. That's true. A terrible crashing sound pulls your attention towards the sky. A massive rift floats over Arkham. A menacing aura permeates the atmosphere, and a visible bubble of distortion envelops the city. Add 1 token and or 1 so I'm adding, so basically add one of these tokens and another gate burst token to the Mythos Cup. Cool. That didn't suck. Alright, let's see what else happens. Reveal all face down markers and remove all markers but the red one. And remove all markers but the red one. So they completed their ritual. Oh, okay. Reveal all face down markers, remove all markers but the red one. If there are no markers, place 1 red marker face up in the starting space. Return cards 4, 6, and 7 to the archive. If they're in the codex, then flip this card. So return cards 4, 6, and 7. Oh my god. I think we're about to die. 6, 7. Okay, return cards 4, 6, and 7 to the archive. There in the codex. Flip this card. Azathoth awakens. A gateway to the center of chaos looms over Arkham. The Demon Sultan, a being of supreme power, threatens to consume not only Arkham but the entire world. Azathoth cannot be defeated by human hands, but perhaps there's another way. The space with the red marker is the epicenter. You move to the as an action. You can move to the future, which is this card. Perform this action only at the epicenter. The future is not adjacent to any other space. You will not be able to move back with a normal move action. When there are 5 clues on this card, flip card 9 and read the Lost in Time effect. When there are 13 clues, 13 doom on the scenario sheet, flip card 9 and read Blind Chaos effect. So this is it. This is the final chance. 9 is the future, so we can't read that. It says only skeletons remain of the buildings of Arkham. This blasted landscape is all that is left. Okay, so it's either we're going in or we're not. When you move to the future, perform this action only at the epicenter. Okay. So there's 2 ways that I can win this. One, I hope, Steve. Hope, Steven. Hope. So if I can get to the epicenter, I can use an action to what do you call it? To enter it and run through time. And then I can use another action when I get to the future. And the future says, as an action, you prepare for a massive ritual enclosing the entire city in a circle inscribed with the crooked star of the Elder Sign. So lore -2. If you pass, move 1 clue from the scenario sheet to card 8. Perform this action only if you are in the future. Oh! Oh, darn. So I gotta get 5 clues when there are 5 clues on this card, on Azathoth Awakens, and I've only gotten 3. So that means I have to move this clue from here to here, and then move an action to move it from here to the card. Oh, I think I'm gonna die. Okay, so... Okay. So this is it. Every space has an anomaly, but the one I'm in. I can have Stella go first and move 1, which she will engage both of these creatures, like they would both attack her. So she will hold them at bay, and then 2 she can fight, while Daniela goes to the rift. That's all I can do. Oh. Or actually, Daniela can do this, engage them both. So Daniela is going to move. Yeah, YOLO. Daniela is going to move 1. She will engage. Both of these will engage her. And the servant has 4 health, -1 die. The hooded stalker has 1 health. You've got remnants pull off sanity damage, so who are you gonna attack first? We're gonna attack the hooded stalker. And I roll 6 dice. I could attack the abyssal servant and I roll 5 dice. I just need 4 successes. Otherwise I'm gonna take 5 damage. Well, no, I'll take 2 damage, sorry. I'll take 2 damage and 2 sanity. Ooh, this is big. Let's do it. I'm happy to be part of this plan. Let's do it. 1. I'm going to spend this to reroll a die. 2. I'm going to spend this to reroll a die. 2. So 2 damage is going on this guy. Okay. So that's the end of her turn. One, 2. Engage. And I'm going to kill you. I'm going to roll 2 dice. I just need a success. I'm going to use the cigarette case to make it a success. So you're dead. We're at 9. And it says how many are on here? 13? Okay, so that ends that. Okay. That ends my turn. Enemy turn, I get hit for 2 damage and 2 sanity. I'm trying. Okay, so that ends that turn. The enemy phase. This guy isn't going to do anything but move to the unstable location, which is Arkham Advisor. So you stay where you are. You are going to spawn. You're going to spawn. It doesn't matter where you spawn. It's going here. Okay, so we got 3 more to get before we lose. Okay, so that ends your turn. Encounter, we're in the streets. Daniela moved first. In the streets. Land turn, so net residential. Ryan Dean stands on the bed of an old truck, talking up the efficacy of his latest product to a crowd of locals. Test influence. If you pass, you see through his con, and he slips you a few bills to keep you quiet, gain money. If you fail, you buy a bottle of Clancy's snake oil liniment. This for $2, so I'll look for that if I fail. Alright, so I need to test influence 3. I fail. 1, 3, and a 4. Clark Stanley snake oil limit. That's not a thing. It's trash. Okay. Okay. So there's $2. And you are on a bridge. Respectable elderly Carl Sanford stands at the edge of the bridge with 2 burly men in bespoke suits. They seem to be watching something in the water until they turn away as if satisfied. As they pass you, Sanford slips a few bills into your hand. You didn't see us here, he says. You gained $2. So the snake oil salesman killed somebody, and I saw it. He gave me money. So I got $2. Okay. All right. Will a gate burst spell the end of this scenario? The Reckoning. And nothing. Yes. Okay, so the Reckoning happens. Each cultist monster places 1 doom in their space. So you, wherever you're going, it's going on here. So I'm down to 2. You, I'm down to 1. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So 1 more and I lose. That was the Reckoning. And I already paid the price for my horribleness. This guy here. Rivertown, I lost. Just like that. Because of this comes to Rivertown. Rivertown's infected. It goes here. And then nothing. But 13 clues on Azathoth Awakens. So read the blind chaos effect. Flip the card 9. And here we go. The Demon Sultan emerges from the Great Rift over Arkham, and all air is sucked from the atmosphere in an instant. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions tear the Earth's crust apart. All remaining life on Earth lasts for no more than a few fleeting moments of pain. Or rather, they would feel pain had their minds not already been shattered. Somehow, you survive long enough to watch everything else die. Investigators lose the game. Goodness. Man. Okay. What did I do wrong? I'll tell you what. I wasn't I should have killed this guy. That's what I did wrong. I should have killed this guy and trust Daniela to take care of that guy. But I should have killed this guy first. Problem number 1. The next thing I did wrong was I began on this rush to get clues. So I was letting Doom accumulate, and that just worked against me. So I'm dead? Yes, Brian. Yes, you are. So yeah. But from what I understand, that this is the hardest scenario in the base game. The first scenario. So I'm still going to play, and all of them are standalone. It isn't like Arkham Horror LCG where you play a cycle. All of them are standalone adventures, but they tell the story of things that are going on. So this was hard. I haven't beat this scenario yet. YouTube exists in the afterlife. Okay, YouTube exists in the afterlife, but the only channel that you can get on there is like the things that you enjoy the least. Like that's the only videos that show up on YouTube. So for me, it's like a house full of bugs. Ugh, that's the only thing that you can watch. So anyway, that was Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. As you can see, there was a lot of things that it took from Arkham Horror LCG, the story element that build on the story, but they're one-shot epics. They're not, I do this one, then I move to the next one, then I move to the next one. I played this one a bunch of times. I haven't played the other ones yet, but then I'm going to play the next one next playthrough, and so on and so forth, so you can see all of them. But you see where the LCG aspects come from, the spells, the other things that come in, a lot of the cards that look the same. But then you also see things from Eldritch Horror, the gate tokens. Eldritch Horror's gate tokens are exactly like these. They cause so much pain. These cards here are Eldritch Horror, like where you pull and the area that you're located, you read something off of. The spells, allies, items, and specific things, that's straight from Eldritch Horror. So I think what they did here was that they took Eldritch Horror, they took Arkham Horror LCG, and they crushed them together. And they got a really good product out of it. I hate the Chaos Bag. I hate it. It's like, Arkham Horror has the Chaos Bag, which is equivalent to Dice Luck. Eldritch Horror has Dice, which is Dice Luck. This game is the Chaos Bag and Dice. Afterlife Party. So, but this game is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. So let's go up and have a chat. So you see what's happening behind me here? Yeah, that's what happened. Yep, that right there. But that was Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. I still enjoy it. I still think it's a lot of fun, and I plan to stream the next story in the base game so you can see that one as well, and we can play that together at the table. Unfortunately, I did not win, but that's okay. I had fun going crazy in Arkham Horror, and I really enjoy this game. But you got to see the investigators play. You didn't get to see me use a remnant because remnants work really well, but there was nothing for me to use a remnant for. Thank goodness Daniela lived long enough to die, but I thought she sure as enough was going to die, but she made it. But we'll play with two different investigators for the next scenario. I just tried Stella and Danielle out, so we can have a lot of fun with that. Remember, if you choose to buy this game, I like to think my head erupted in a fountain of blood. But you were trapped in the green room, Steven. You were trapped in the green room. You don't win in Arkham Horror. You just do a little better each time. That's all. So I plan to play with two different investigators so you can see. I'm thinking of playing. I don't know yet. I'll let my patrons decide. So we'll see. I'll put all the names in there and then let them vote on who they want me to pick. So we'll see who we'll play with. Let me see what else. What else? Okay. So things to come. Tomorrow, Arkham Horror, Path to Carcosa. So, wonderful Kate pointed out that I made a mistake that made the game harder for us to win. So, we're going to replay scenario 3 tomorrow night, and then we'll go from there to make sure that we do it right this time. So she's already made notes on the video to say where we messed up and things that we need to watch out for. So we're Steven, Pac-Man, and I are going to get back into Arkham Horror. We're going to replay that scenario as if it never happened. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. And then we'll and then we'll play forward. So that's tomorrow night. And then Sunday, Gloomhaven. We'll be playing a new scenario on Gloomhaven, narrated by Foreteller. So that'll be fantastic. It'd be really cool if Foreteller did like an Arkham Horror thing. I wonder if they can work with Asmodee to get that license. So you would have some voiceovers for reading the stories and the cards and all that other stuff. I think that'd be great. Hey, Locator! I missed it. Yeah, I just died. I died. But it was fun. It was fun dying. Are you playing with time again? Maybe. We'll see. But it ought to be good. But it'll be cool. Alright, so that's what I got planned for this week. Next week, we're going to do another Arkham Horror Thursday, for sure, if Steven and Pac-Man are available. We're going to do another scenario. I want this again. So we're going to be playing this again the next scenario, which I will also post that on the Discord channel for my Patreons to decide which one they want me to play next. So look for that. And they get to choose my investigators. Please choose wisely. Please choose wisely. And then we'll do another session of Gloomhaven as well, because I've been packing a lot of things and a lot of my board games are packed up. So, yeah. So we'll be doing those we'll be reoccurring this week, next week. And we'll have fun with that. So, yeah. That's all I really have. Patreons, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Jason, thank you so much, Jason Lance, for upping your pledge. I appreciate it so much. That definitely helps. It's fantastic, and I love it, and I love you, man. Thank you so much. Patrons, so thank you. I appreciate it. YouTube subscribers, thank you as well. I'm very close to my goal, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have I'm thinking of doing a board game day, not 24 hours, but a board game day. So I'm thinking I might have one day during the weekend where I will play board games from morning to evening, different board games, so you can all have fun with that. Okay, so once I hit 300, once I hit 300, that's what I think I'll do. I'll pull some different board games, bring them to the table, play them, and we'll have a good time with it. And I will try to record as much as I can. That doesn't mean I will. It probably might be 3 or 4 games we play. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate you guys coming to this table and having and playing a game with me. I want everybody to take care, keep safe, and see you tomorrow. Kids are coming here. See you later. Bye.